My name is Zoran Sahir, and welcome to Urban Asian. I'm joined by the man who requires absolutely no introduction at all, someone whose voice is incredible and who's known to every Indian household, and of course, with an incredible composition value. Vishal Daldani, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Zoran. Thank you for having me.
Not at all, my pleasure. Vishal, let's get straight to the point. You've obviously had one of the most phenomenal 2023s, and I think you're off to a magnanimous start with Fighter. Tell me, what enticed you to this film with of course, Siddharth Anand at the helm of it all?
Well, we don't get a choice when Siddharth is directing a film. Siddharth basically has done all his films with us so far. And yeah, it's just something that, it's been a sort of a package deal that's worked for a long time. We understand each other. We are able to express our opinions honestly with each other. We're able to fight and we're able to scream and shout and throw tantrums at each other. And it doesn't, the next day everything is the same, which I think is a beautiful thing in any working relationship. We're all working towards the same objective. We know that we're part of the same team. We know that we back each other up, So yeah, so it's when Sid's doing a film, obviously we want to be a part of it. As far as the film Fighter is concerned, the thing is, the first thing we heard was the script, and when the interval arrived, Shekhar, Siddharth, and I were sitting there in tears. He was, for the first time, he was reading a script to us. Normally we read it ourselves, but he wanted to narrate this one because he was feeling it very deeply. And by the time it got to the middle of the film, we were in pieces, all of us. And we were like, wow, it's not just, it's an entertainer. Yes, of course, it's big scale action and so on and so forth, but it's telling a real story of real people, of the IAF fighters who put their lives on the line for the country, and circumstances are not always easy. In fact, most of the time they're not easy for them, and they're the true heroes. And and we get to be part of something like that pays tribute to that. And not only that, it's also written by an actual ex-IAF pilot. So, in fact, it's really important to address that. A lot of people have been seeing airplanes in the promos and feeling like it's some sort of Desi Top Gun, which it's not. It is a story. It's a story that's rooted in the valor and courage of the Indian Air Force. It's an Indian story. You will smell and taste and feel India in every frame, in every song. So right now, what you've seen so far of the songs are just the openers, so to speak. Like Sher Khul Gaye is a party song. Sure, they've achieved something really incredible. They've come back and they're singing the song of celebration, and they feel like the kings of the world. Ish Jaisa Kuch is a romantic little sort of connection between Hrithik and Deepika. But the true story of the film is much more, is much deeper, is much more sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like, no, I'm not trying to say that it's a. Sorry, go on.
Is it more profound?
It's much more profound because these are. You have to understand that the context, the world in which the film is set, is in itself. They're fighter pilots by nature. Their job is to defend the country. So all of that is there. All of that emotion is there, and you've only just, like with Hi Rasmani, you get the first glimpse of them as pilots. There's a lot more to come in the story and in the music. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get to the film and to get to the music.
Well, I can't wait either. And I just want to ask you, because you've also finished doing you had Jume Jo Pathan, and of course with the song with Deepika in Pathan, and you obviously have now happening Hi Rasmani and Ish Jaisa Kuch. What are some of the kind of Besharam Rang, of course? What are some of the parallels you draw with these two massive colossal hits you've had last year, and then of course getting into 2024?
So it was last year for you. It was year before last for us.
Very true. Yeah.
2022
in the making, and then 23. Yeah, we saw it.
That's right. That's pretty much it. That was a different film. It was a different, different character. Pathan was a larger than life character. We needed to have, music that announced him on the screen after such a long time. We needed a song like Jhume Jo Pathan that was like, the whole world can dance with the character and with Shah Rukh after such a long time, and that was the requirement there. Here, of course, like I always say, the song has to like when Hrithik dances, you never feel that he's doing anything complicated. You feel like it's smooth. He's air. You know what I'm saying? He's water. It's like that. So the music has to carry that as well. It's about the character. So there's a fundamental difference, and of course the similarities. Siddharth, Shekhar, and me in the same room. So
Sure. And just to wrap
Mhm.
up, Vishal, I want to ask you, you work with two of the most colossal stars in the film industry in the last 2 years, Shah Rukh Khan, of course, who requires no introduction, and of course now Hrithik Roshan. I mean, very two different, drastically different actors and superstars. What is the one thing, I mean, if you can just a quick takeaway, one about Shah Rukh and one about Hrithik, I mean, what is the
Well,
difference?
I can tell you what makes them both megastars,
Correct.
and that is that and that commonality is the fact that they both make you feel like you're the most important person in any conversation. If they're
Correct.
talking to you, they belong to you.
Yeah.
And it's an incredible thing, that level of focus, that commitment. They both share that, and really that's what makes them so good at what they do, and that's what makes them so loved, I think.
Right. Well, Vishal, thank you so much for talking to me. Wish you all the very best for Fighter. Looking forward to all your work always and lots of love. Cheers. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much. Cheers. Cheers.